Good morning. I want you to imagine something. Every day you are given the chance to rewrite your story. Every morning is a blank page, a fresh opportunity to tell yourself who you are, what you are capable of, and where you want to go. And today, I want to share 9 powerful things that you must tell yourself every single day, because the words you speak to yourself have the power to shape your reality. I am enough. Start by telling yourself, I am enough. This simple phrase is perhaps one of the most powerful statements you can tell yourself every single day, but why does it carry so much weight? Why is it so essential to affirm that you are enough? In a world that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more, it's easy to feel like we are never quite enough. We get caught up in the race for approval, validation, and success, constantly measuring ourselves against standards set by others. Society tells us that we are only valuable if we look a certain way, act a certain way, or achieve a specific level of success. But the truth is, those standards are arbitrary. They are imposed on us by a world that is far too focused on the external, while the real measure of our worth is much deeper. Saying I am enough isn't about perfection or meeting some external benchmark. It's about accepting and loving yourself, flaws and all. It's about understanding that you don't need to change who you are to fit into someone else's mold or live up to someone else's expectations. You are enough just as you are, right here, right now. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made, how many failures you've experienced, or how many times you've fallen short of the standards set by others. Your value is not defined by those things. It's not defined by how much money you make, the number of followers you have, or the accolades you collect. Your worth is intrinsic, and it comes from being human, from showing up and trying, from loving and being loved. When you tell yourself that you are enough, you are releasing the pressure to constantly perform, the pressure to be something. You are giving yourself permission to be imperfect, to have flaws, and to still be worthy of love, success, and happiness. So many of us are conditioned to believe that we need to prove ourselves to others in order to be worthy of respect or love. But the truth is, you are worthy simply because you exist. You are worthy because you are you, with all your beautiful complexities, strengths, and imperfections. By affirming I am enough, you create space for self-compassion. It's a declaration that you don't have to be anyone else to be worthy of everything you desire. It's a reminder that you are not defined by what you do, but by who you are. The notion of being enough also takes away the need for comparison. The constant comparison to others can be one of the most damaging practices we engage in, especially with the rise of social media, where everyone's life seems perfect and curated. But the truth is, social media often only showcases the highlights, not the full picture. When you compare yourself to others, you forget that everyone has their own struggles, their own journey, and their own timeline. What you see is just a snapshot, not the whole story. And by reminding yourself that you are enough, you stop the cycle of unhealthy comparison and start to focus on your own path. Being enough also means recognizing that you don't have to earn love or success. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. The love and acceptance you seek must first come from within. When you truly believe you are enough, you stop seeking validation from others, and instead you cultivate a deep sense of self-acceptance. You are not defined by anyone else's approval or opinion of you. This self-acceptance is the key to living a more authentic life. It allows you to step into your true self without fear of judgment, without the need to be someone you're not. When you know that you are enough, you can take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them, knowing that those things don't take away from your worth. They are simply part of your growth. In a world that constantly tells us we're not enough, saying, I am enough every day is a radical act of self-love and self-empowerment. It's a daily reminder that you don't have to chase external validation or fit into anyone else's mold to be worthy. You are enough just as you are. Second thing, I choose my thoughts. Our minds are powerful, perhaps the most powerful tool we possess. And yet, we often overlook just how much control we have over our own thoughts. We allow ourselves to be carried away by external influences, by the opinions of others, and by the chaos of the world around us. But what if we could take a step back and realize that the thoughts we entertain each day are not just random occurrences? What if we understood that we have the power to choose which thoughts to nurture and which to let go? The idea of choosing your thoughts is rooted in the realization that you are not at the mercy of every thought that enters your mind. It's easy to believe that our minds simply dictate our actions and emotions, but in reality, we have more control than we think. It's a conscious decision. When you tell yourself, I choose my thoughts, you are asserting your autonomy over your mental space. You are deciding not to let negativity, fear, or doubt take control of your life. Instead, you are choosing to nurture positivity, hope, and the belief in your own potential. Every single day, we are bombarded with thoughts that are not necessarily our own. We absorb messages from the media, from people around us, from our environment, and from our past experiences. These thoughts often come with preconceived notions or judgments that can influence how we see ourselves and the world. But choosing your thoughts is about recognizing that you don't have to accept everything that pops into your head. You have the power to challenge those thoughts, question them, and even replace them with better, more empowering ones. Take, for instance, those moments when you catch yourself thinking negatively, when you tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you can't achieve your goals. These are often the thoughts that hold us back the most. But the key to breaking free from these limiting beliefs is in the realization that they don't have to be the truth. They're simply thoughts, and thoughts are not facts. You are not defined by the negative thoughts that cross your mind. You are not defined by the insecurities that surface. By choosing your thoughts, you take back control and refuse to let these doubts dictate your reality. Choosing your thoughts also means embracing the idea of reframing. It means taking a negative thought, turning it around, and seeing it from a different perspective. For example, if you're thinking, I'm not capable of doing this, you can reframe it to, I may not know how to do this yet, but I am capable of learning and growing. This simple shift can change the way you approach challenges and setbacks. It allows you to see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than as roadblocks to your success. When you choose your thoughts, you are also making a conscious decision to practice gratitude. It's easy to focus on what's wrong in our lives, to dwell on the things we don't have or the things that aren't going right. But when you choose gratitude, you choose to focus on what's going well, what you're thankful for, and the abundance that exists in your life. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from lack to fulfillment. It's a powerful tool that can transform your entire outlook on life, especially when used consistently. Another aspect of choosing your thoughts is practicing mindfulness. It's about becoming aware of your mental patterns and how they influence your emotions and actions. When you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to the thoughts that arise throughout your day. You can observe them without judgment, without reacting to them impulsively. This awareness gives you the power to choose how to respond rather than simply reacting out of habit or emotion. Mindfulness teaches you to pause, take a breath, yourself and decide how you want to engage with your thoughts. Choosing your thoughts also means letting go of things that no longer serve you, whether it's negative self-talk, past regrets, or limiting beliefs. These thoughts weigh you down and keep you stuck. By choosing to release them, you make room for new, more empowering thoughts that align with the person you want to become. It's about consciously deciding to move forward, leaving behind the mental baggage that no longer has a place in your life. The beauty of choosing your thoughts is that it empowers you to create the life you want. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions create your reality. When you consciously choose to think in ways that are aligned with your values, your dreams, and your goals, you set yourself up for success. By choosing thoughts that uplift you, that motivate you, and that reflect your true potential, you lay the foundation for a life of fulfillment and purpose. Third thing, I am resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges, setbacks, and hardships. But it goes beyond simply surviving tough situations. It's about growing through them, learning from them, and emerging stronger than before. Resilience is not a trait that people are simply born with. It's something that can be developed and nurtured. Saying to yourself, I am resilient, it's not just a declaration of strength. It's a recognition that no matter what life throws your way, you have the ability to rise, adapt, and thrive. When you affirm your resilience, you are acknowledging that setbacks are a part of life, not the end of it. Life will always present obstacles, whether it's personal struggles, professional challenges, or unexpected changes. It's easy to get bogged down by the weight of adversity, to feel like the world is against you, and to believe that the difficulty you're facing is insurmountable. But resilience teaches you that challenges are not permanent. They are temporary. No matter how big or small, obstacles can be overcome with patience, perseverance, and the willingness to keep going. Resilience doesn't mean you won't experience pain or disappointment. In fact, resilience often requires that you face those difficult emotions head on. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, to grieve, or to be frustrated. In fact, it's necessary to experience those emotions fully in order to heal and grow. But the key to resilience is not allowing those emotions to define you. It's about moving forward in spite of them, even when things seem impossible. It's about acknowledging the pain and then choosing to take the next step, no matter how small. Part of building resilience is shifting your mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that life is happening to you, that you have no control over the circumstances you find yourself in. But resilience is built on the belief that while you may not have control over everything that happens, you always have control over how you respond. You may not be able to prevent difficult situations from arising, but you can choose how you react to them. You can choose to look at challenges as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become a better version of yourself. Another important aspect of resilience is the ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and the path you envision for yourself may not always unfold the way you expect. Sometimes you'll face setbacks that make it feel like everything's falling apart. But true resilience lies in your ability to adapt to changing circumstances. It's about being flexible, open to new possibilities, and willing to pivot when necessary. Resilience doesn't mean staying rigid and holding on to a particular vision of the future. It means embracing the unknown and trusting that you can navigate through it even when things don't go as planned. One of the greatest sources of resilience comes from having a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of why you do what you do, you become more grounded in the face of adversity. Purpose provides a compass to guide you through life's storms. It gives you the strength to keep going when things get tough, because you know that your struggles are not in vain. They are part of something bigger than yourself, whether it's your family, your career, your personal values, or your goals. Having a sense of purpose helps you weather the hardest of time. Resilience also involves self-compassion. It's important to be kind to yourself when things go wrong. We often beat ourselves up when we face failure or adversity, believing that we should be stronger or better. But resilience isn't about perfection. It's about recovery. It's about acknowledging that setbacks are a part of the journey and that it's okay to stumble, fall, or even fail. What matters is that you don't stay down. You get back up, learn from the experience, and continue moving forward. Building resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time, effort, and practice. Each time you face a difficult situation and rise above it, you strengthen your resilience. The more you embrace challenges and confront them head on, the more you build a mental and emotional muscle that can handle whatever comes next. Resilience is not about being invincible. It's about being able to get back up after life knocks you down and to keep moving forward with the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. First thing, I am capable of greatness. This phrase holds within it a belief that when fully embraced has the power to transform your life. It is a declaration that you as an individual possess all the potential you need to achieve extraordinary things. It doesn't matter where you come from or the challenges you've faced so far. This belief acknowledges that greatness is not reserved for a select few, but is accessible to anyone willing to embrace it. When you affirm, I am capable of greatness, you are affirming that greatness is not something distant or out of reach. It's within you, in every thought, every decision, every action you take. Society often has a narrow definition of greatness, equating it with fame, wealth, or power. But true greatness is far more profound. It's not about external recognition or validation. It's about living a life that is aligned with your highest potential, a life that is guided by purpose, passion, and a commitment to growth. Greatness is about being the best version of yourself, continuously improving and making an impact no matter how big or small. The first step to realizing your greatness is to believe in your own abilities. We often hold ourselves back by doubting what we are capable of. The inner voice that tells you you're not good enough or you don't have what it takes is the voice of fear, not of truth. Everyone has those doubts, but the key to unlocking greatness is learning how to quiet those doubts and replace them with a more empowering narrative. You must learn to trust in your skills, your talents, and your capacity to adapt and overcome challenges. Greatness is also about embracing the possibility of failure without letting it define you. We often associate failure with inadequacy, with being unworthy or incapable. But the truth is, failure is an essential part of the path to greatness. Every successful person has failed at some point. It's the ability to rise after falling that separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up. When you embrace the idea that failure is not the opposite of success but a part of it, you begin to see failure as a teacher rather than an obstacle. Every failure provides valuable lessons that shape you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. And each lesson brings you one step closer to your greatness. To realize your greatness, you must also cultivate a mindset of resilience and persistence. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It requires hard work, dedication, and the willingness to keep going when the road gets tough. There will be moments when it feels like your efforts aren't paying off, when it feels easier to give up than to push through. But these moments are where greatness is forged. It is during the hardest times that your character is built and your resolve is tested. When you push through despite the challenges, you unlock the strength within you that propels you forward. Being capable of greatness also means aligning your actions with your purpose. It's not enough to just wish for greatness or hope that it will come to you. You must be intentional in your actions, consistently making choices that move you toward your goals. The path to greatness is paved with discipline, focus, and an unwavering commitment to your vision. Each day, you must take concrete steps toward becoming the person you want to be and living the life you desire. Your greatness lies in the accumulation of small, consistent efforts that over time add up to something extraordinary. Part of being capable of greatness is also being willing to step outside your comfort zone. Growth does not happen in familiar, safe spaces. It happens when you challenge yourself, when you push beyond the boundaries you've set for yourself, and when you take risks. Greatness requires you to be bold, to take on challenges that seem daunting, and to trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It is when you step into the unknown, when you venture into the territory of discomfort, that you truly discover what you are capable of. Greatness is not a solitary journey. It's about connecting with others, lifting them up, and contributing to something larger than yourself. True greatness is found not in self-centered ambition, but in using your talents, skills, and resources to serve others and make a positive impact on the world around you. The more you give, the more you expand your own capacity for greatness, because the legacy you create is not measured by what you accumulate, but by what you contribute. To be capable of greatness is to embrace the idea that you can achieve extraordinary things, that you are worthy of success, and that you have everything you need to make a difference in the world. It is a mindset, a belief, and an invitation to step into your full potential. When you believe you are capable of greatness, you will see opportunities where others see obstacles. You will persist where others quit, and you will rise to challenges where others quit back. The greatness you seek is already within you. All you have to do is believe in it, nurture it, and act upon it. Fifth thing, I will keep going no matter what. This statement is a powerful commitment to persistence, resilience, and unwavering determination. It signifies a mindset that no matter the obstacles or difficulties you face, you will continue moving forward. It's not just about enduring, but about choosing to keep going even when it feels like everything around you is falling apart. It's a mindset that says, I will not stop, I will not quit. Life often throws us curveballs, and many times we're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable. But the strength lies in the decision to continue, to push through the discomfort, and to move forward with conviction. One of the first things to recognize about this mindset is that it isn't about ignoring difficulties or pretending they don't exist. The phrase, I will keep going no matter what, is not a denial of pain or struggle. In fact, acknowledging the challenges is a part of the process. It's about facing the reality of adversity, but choosing not to let it define you. Life is full of ups and downs, and no one is exempt from hardship. The key, however, lies in how we respond to it. When you tell yourself that you will keep going, you are making a conscious decision to embrace the struggle and push forward despite it. Keeping going requires resilience, but more importantly, it requires an understanding of the bigger picture. It's easy to get bogged down in the short-term difficulties, to focus solely on the present struggles without seeing beyond them. But in those moments, it's important to remind yourself of your long-term goals, your vision, and your purpose. When the road gets tough, remember why you started in the first place. When you keep going, you are investing in a future that is greater than the temporary setbacks. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome is a step closer to your ultimate destination. Even when it seems like things are not going your way, you're still moving forward in ways that you might not immediately see. This mindset also requires the courage to keep going when things are uncertain. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes the path ahead is unclear. It's easy to want to stop and wait for clarity before making any more moves, but waiting for perfect conditions can be a form of procrastination. The truth is, waiting for everything to be perfect often means never taking action at all. Deciding to keep going means accepting that you won't always have all the answers, that uncertainty will always be a part of the process, but that doesn't mean you stop. It means you keep moving forward step by step, even when you don't know exactly how things will turn out. The belief in yourself, in your ability to figure things out along the way, becomes more powerful than any fear of the unknown. Another crucial element of this mindset is learning to embrace failure as a part of the journey. In our world, failure is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs, but those who achieve greatness understand that failure is not a defeat. It's simply a stepping stone towards success. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up lies in their ability to keep going despite failure. Each time you stumble or fall, you gain valuable lessons that propel you forward. If you stop every time something doesn't work out, you rob yourself of the growth and learning that comes with failure. But if you choose to keep going, you understand that failure is not the end, it's just one chapter in your story. Persistence also builds confidence. The more you keep going, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever life throws at you. With each hurdle you overcome, you gain a little more faith in your own strength. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned, but every time you press on, even when you don't feel like it, you reinforce the belief that you are strong enough to handle challenges. This growing confidence fuels the drive to continue, even in the toughest of times. Choosing to keep going, no matter what, also means letting go of the need for instant gratification. In today's world where everything is fast-pacing and immediate, it's tempting to want quick results. We often measure success in terms of immediate rewards, but true success takes time. It's built on consistent effort, patience, and a long-term vision. When you keep going, you accept that the road to success isn't linear and that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Success doesn't come overnight. It is the result of countless small steps, of making progress each day, even when it feels slow or difficult. But as long as you keep going, you are moving forward, and that forward momentum will eventually lead you to where you want to be. At its core, I will keep going no matter what is a declaration of self-belief. It's about trusting that you have the ability, the strength, and the resilience to navigate through whatever life throws your way. It's about refusing to quit no matter how hard things get, and choosing to stay committed to your journey no matter the setbacks or challenges. It's a promise you make to yourself that you won't give up, no matter how difficult it gets, because you know that every step forward is a victory in itself. I am in control of my happiness. This powerful declaration places the responsibility for your emotional state firmly in your own hands. It's a reminder that despite the external circumstances and challenges that may come your way, you hold the power to determine how you respond emotionally. In a world that often makes us feel like happiness is something fleeting, something dependent on people, situations, or external achievements, this statement flips that narrative on its head. It empowers you to realize that your happiness is not dictated by anything outside of you, but is a choice, one that you can make every single day. Happiness is often perceived as something that we find, something that comes from external sources. We think that once we achieve a certain goal, whether it's landing the perfect job, finding the right relationship, or accumulating wealth, then we will be happy. But the truth is, this kind of happiness is conditional and temporary. It relies on circumstances that are beyond your control. And because life is constantly changing, it's impossible for this kind of happiness to be sustained. When you understand that you are in control of your happiness, you free yourself from the idea that happiness is something that you need to chase. It's not something that will eventually happen once you reach a specific milestone or change your circumstance. Instead, it's something that you can cultivate right now, no matter where you are in life or what is happening around you. To be in control of your happiness means understanding that your emotional state is largely influenced by your thoughts and perceptions. Often we allow negative thoughts, fears, and anxieties to dictate how we feel. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your emotions are entirely at the mercy of outside events. But when you realize that your thoughts shape your feelings, you begin to see that you have the power to change how you feel at any given moment. It's a shift in mindset, a recognition that you don't have to let negativity or difficult circumstances take over your emotion. Instead, you can choose to focus on the positives, to look for things to be grateful for, and to shift your perspective even in the most trying situations. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect, but it means refusing to let the negative dictate how you feel. Being in control of your happiness also involves self-awareness and emotional intelligence. It means understanding your own triggers, your needs, and your desires, and being able to nurture them in healthy ways. It's about recognizing when you're feeling low or out of balance and taking conscious steps to address it, whether it's through self-care, meditation, talking to someone you trust, or simply taking a moment to breathe. Being in control of your happiness means being proactive about managing your emotional well-being. It's about taking responsibility for your emotions rather than allowing yourself to be reactive or passive. Instead of letting life dictate your mood, you create the space to make choices that support your emotional health. Moreover, when you take control of your happiness, you stop giving other people the power to affect how you feel. We often place the responsibility for our happiness on those around us, our friends, our families, our colleagues, or even our partner. We think that if they treat us a certain way or if they meet our expectations, then we will be happy. But the truth is, when you depend on others to make you happy, you are giving away your personal power. People will not always meet your needs, and situations will not always go the way you hope. But when you realize that your happiness is yours alone to create, you stop giving others the power to control it. You begin to draw your happiness from within, from your own actions, thoughts, and mindset, rather than relying on others to fulfill you. Taking control of your happiness also means letting go of the need for validation. It's easy to seek approval from others, to look for external recognition, to feel worthy or happy. But the moment you realize that your happiness is not dependent on external validation, you take back your power. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others or to live up to their expectations. Your sense of worth and happiness becomes intrinsic, based on who you are and how you feel about yourself, not on how others see you. Additionally, being in control of your happiness means accepting that you won't always feel happy. Happiness is not a constant state. Life has its ebbs and flows, and there will be moments of sadness, frustration, or disappointment. But when you take control of your happiness, you learn not to let those moments define you. Instead of getting stuck in negativity, you give yourself permission to feel what you need to feel, and then you move forward. You recognize that your happiness is not something that can be taken away by external circumstances. It is something that you can always return to, even in the midst of challenges. Ultimately, taking control of your happiness is about understanding that it's not a destination, but a journey. It's about choosing to focus on the present moment, to find joy in the small things, and to appreciate the beauty in everyday life. Happiness is not something you can chase and capture. It's something you create and nurture within yourself every single day. When you own your happiness, you are empowered to live a life that is full of purpose, peace, and fulfillment, regardless of what is happening around you.
a map to yesterday. Words too sharp to ever say. Ripped jeans and broken dreams.